Good morning, everyone. Today we are the one who assigned to discuss about the chapter 2 lesson 2. So our topic for today is all about the rules of stakeholders in curriculum. So your reporters for today are Miss Gemaline Phil, yours truly, Mr. Gaboli Cherry, and Miss Ivy Grace Gaboli. So now let us discuss first what stakeholders all about is. Stakeholders are individuals or institutions that are interested in the school curriculum. So in stakeholders they are the individuals or institution nga nag-interest sa mga school curriculum. They give life to the curriculum. So the primary rule of stakeholders is to help a school curriculum and strategic objectives by contributing their experience and perspective to a school curriculum. They can also provide necessary materials and resources. So now, let us know who are the stakeholders in school curriculum. First, the learners, the second one, the teachers, and the third, curriculum managers and administrators, and the fourth, parents, and the fifth, community members, and the last is the other stakeholders in curriculum implementation. So now let us discuss first the learners. The learners are the center of the curriculum. Yes, exactly. The learners are the center of the curriculum because the purpose or the main goal of why they are implement school curriculum is because of the learners. Para ang student learnings of the learners para ma-progress. So, ang learners, they are the center of the school curriculum. Learners are the very reason a curriculum is developed. Yes, ang learners mao'y reason why curriculum is developed because if ang student learnings of sa mga estudyante is na develop, so also the school curriculum is developed. Learners are the ones who are directly influenced by it. So ang learners are the primary stakeholders of school curriculum. The success curriculum can be only measured to the student learning they have achieved from their teachers. That's all about the learners. So now let's proceed to the stakeholders, which is the teachers. The teachers are they are the one who planning, they are the one who writing, they are the one who implementing. So ang teachers yun nag-create sa mga lesson plan para sa mga estudyante, sa mga school curriculum para sa mga estudyante para mag-progress ang ilang mga learnings. So now, let us know what are the rules of a teacher. The teacher prepares activities for the students to do. So ang purpose gyud ay ang purpose gyud ay or ang rules sa teacher is mag-prepare sa mga activities sa mga estudyante kung unsa ang ilahang buhaton during sa ilang klase. Ay activity nga maka-progress sa ilang mga learnings, activity nga maka-progress in terms of ilang weaknesses in terms of student learnings. The teacher address the goals and needs and interests of the learners by creating experiences from where the students can learn. So ang rules, isa sa mga rules mga teacher is mag-address sila goals and needs and interests of the learners by creating experiences from where the students can learn. Sa ilahang bitong maghimo sila lesson plan nga ma-meet ang needs sa mga estudyante nga ang ilang interest is ma-focus sa learnings, which is kanang ang ilang teaching or ang ilang method of teaching is maka-improve sa mga estudyante. The teacher designs, enriches, and modifies the curriculum to suit the learner's characteristic. So, ang mga teacher di ay mag-design sila og curriculum which is that curriculum is enrich and modifies para ma-meet ang mga mga needs sa mga estudyante para ma-improve ang ilang weaknesses, which is ang teacher yun mag-find bitaw kung aha ang weaknesses o ang strengths sa mga estudyante in terms of students learning. So a teacher is a curriculum maker. He or she writes a curriculum daily through a lesson plan, a unit plan, or a yearly plan. So as what I've said earlier, nga ang teacher yun nag-create sa school curriculum. They are the one who write a curriculum daily through a lesson plan, or unit plan, or yearly plan para ma-monitor yun ang mga knowledge sa mga estudyante, para ma-monitor ang level of proficiency sa mga estudyante kada ng which is kanang everyday mag-level up yun sila, dili sila mo decrease ang ilang knowledge, which is ma-increase ilang knowledge ng kanang bitang ang mga teacher na agit sila objectives para ma-meet sa mga estudyante daily or during their classes. Although educational theorists and practitioners are giving value the idea of independent learning and learning how to learn, the role of the teacher in curriculum implementation has never diminished. So ang mga educational theorists o practitioners naghatag og value about sa independent learning or and learning how to learn, but rule as a teacher in curriculum implementation has never diminished. Dili gyud na siya mawala ang kuan sa mga rule as a teacher to create or to implement school curriculum para sa mga estudyante. No technology can ever replace a teacher. It will only support the multifaceted role of the teacher. So klaro kay no, no technology can ever replace a teacher. So wala joy technology nga maka-ili sa role as a teacher. Kana ang technology is only can support sila sa role as a teacher. For example, during sa pag-discuss sa mga maestra, ang technology is ilaha yung partner in crime bitaw kana, just like example sa laptop. If mag-discuss ang maestra, di ba, kuha naman tas ron sa more on technology na juta. So ang mga maestra dili na sila atong traditional method bitaw nga imagsulat sa blackboard or sa mga visual aid. So ang ilang kuanan lang i-play sa sa TV or mag-create og PowerPoint presentation para sa mga estudyante during sila magtudlo. Para mga estudyante ang ilang interest is mag-focus sa ang ginatudlo sa mga maestra, dili maglata sa gawas, dili magtabi sa mga estudyante, which is ang ilang attention sa as students is ma-focus sa teachers kung unsay gitudlo sa teacher. So a role of teacher is to implement, from developer to an implementer. Gikan sa develop paingon sa implementer. Sila nag-develop o sila po'y nag-implement sa school curriculum. Unsuccessful implementation can cause educational failure. And someone saying if there is an educational problem, the reason is because of the teacher, which is if ang teacher is nag-implement nga wala na meet ang need sa mga estudyante, makakause yun na siya og educational failure. So it means mag-implement kag school curriculum, dapat meet siya sa mga needs sa mga estudyante para mag-progress ang school curriculum nga imong gina-implement para sa mga estudyante. That's all about the teachers. So the next stakeholders will be reported by the next report.
So let us discuss the curriculum manager and administrator. So in school there are organizations that always curriculum manager in the school administration. So the teachers also manager of this curriculum implementation in the school to make sure that they would manage it really well to the learners, because they are responsible whatever happened in the curriculum implementation of the children. So schools principals is also big rules of curriculum, because they are managing their co-workers, so that this curriculum would work clearly into implemented in the learners. So to make sure that this curriculum implementation is going to have a big impact to the learners. So school administrators and school curriculum managers are important to the curriculum implementation. So school teachers is managers of also the managers of curriculum. So they are much important to the school curriculum implementation, so that they would be part of the curriculum implementation. Supervise curriculum implementation. So to make sure that the teachers implement their curriculum to the learners, so that other would observe in how these teachers teach to the learners, and how this would work to the learners knowledge in adaptation. Select and recruit new teacher. So to make sure that the school would select and recruit the teachers that have a background knowledge for these certain courses belong to the curriculum implementation in the school. So to make sure that they would have much more knowledge about the curriculum guide to the specific courses of the school. Admit students, to make sure that the students would admit all the rules and regulations of the school. Make sure that the students would follow, and also the parents' consents of the school. So to make sure that they would clear at all. Provides procedures, equipments of the implementation of curriculum. So it is also be a part of the implementation of the curriculum, that the materials needed and also the facilities, laboratories, this would included in the implementation of the curriculum, because this would part of the students' needs, that have enough materials to make sure that this would clearly implemented to the learners to meet the goals of this curriculum. Parents also part of the stakeholders, part of organization, because they support their students to going to school, to help them financially, to give them some money to make sure that the students' need would address and studying of specific courses. Why the parents shape the curriculum and consider stakeholders? So I'm said that the parents is responsible. They're responsible for the students' needs. That's why they also participate whatever happened in the school, like the activities, the school regulation, the school implementation. They agreed to that, so that's why they support the school association, the school organization. So effective parents involvements and school affairs may be linked to parents and educational programs, which are central to highly educational experience to the children. So the parents and the teachers, they are partly linked to each other to support their learners, to make sure that these learners consistently doing their study in that implementation of curriculum. So this would be a big part of the curriculum implementation. The parents' involvement extends from confined to the school and homes. So the teachers and parents would support both in the school to home. So to make sure that students would have support their needs, not just like in the school but also in the home, to support their needs like um, foods to eat, meal, preferred meal, and also their clothing. It's part of the students' needs. And most schools, the parents association and is organized. So the teach that the curriculum organization would recognize the parents as a part of organization, because the parents is supporting their learners. That's why they would part of the curriculum growth, curriculum goals, that to meet the goals of this curriculum implemented in the school. So that would be all. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Ivy Grace Albarico Gabuli, and I am one of those assigned persons for the continuation of Chapter 3, Lesson 2, and I was assigned with the topic Community Members as Curriculum Resources and Learning Environment and Other Stakeholders in Curriculum Implementation. So, we will tackle first the community members. So, one of those is that success in the implementation of the curriculum requires resources. So, when we say about curriculum, it cannot be attained and become successful without resources. Appropriate and efficient resources are highly needed for a curriculum to be fulfilled by teachers to his or her students, because without resources, curriculum cannot be facilitated, for there are no books, materials, and even facilities that are available, and indeed, these are the complaints of most teachers. So, kung maghisguta og attainable og successful nga curriculum, ang iyang gikinahanglan is resources. Kay ang resources, himuon na niyang basis or reference para himuon pa niya nga mas mapalambo pa ang daan nga nahimo nga curriculum into a newer one, kay dira sila magbase and then ma-analyze man na nila og makita kung unsa pa ang angay nga i-improve nga himuon nila sa bag-o nga curriculum. So, sa curriculum resources ug learning environment, magbase ta sa community members, which is kita nga mga tawo. So, ang basihan sa curriculum nga pagahimuon o sa resources para sa himuon nga curriculum is ang mga tawo nga nagpuyo niini, because we do have different beliefs and upbringings, meaning to say lahi-lahi po ta og multiple intelligences, and that will help the curriculum in making environment suitable for the learners and the resources itself. The next one is that respected community members may be included in school boards, followed by some can become resource speakers, and then they can provide local indigenous knowledge in school curriculum. So, we are being binded by different ethnic groups as one also of the community members. And in order for community members to be the source and learning environment of the curriculum, we have to respect each other, and the possibility of including such representative from any ethnic groups must be required on the school boards. They can also be a speaker as a reference of an effective curriculum to be made where local knowledge can be provided. So, kanang mga community members, sa atong pagkalahi-lahi og tribo, let's say for example sa Bisaya and sa Subanen, so it is possible nga natay i-appeal nga a representative in each tribe para mahimo nga usa sa mga members sa school boards, and also mahimo na to nga speakers para makaibaluta sa mga karaan pa nga mga angay para itong mahibalan sa ilang tribo. Because dili dyan na tumalikayan nga wala pa dyan ta kabalo kaayo sa mga let's say for example customs and traditions sa uban, kay mas kabisado na to ang ato ang kaugalingon nga customs and traditions as kung unsa ta nga tribo. So, let's now proceed to other stakeholders in curriculum implementation. The first one is that professional organizations have shown great influence in the school curriculum. They are asked by curriculum specialists to contribute in curriculum review since they have a voice in the licensure examinations, curriculum enhancement, and many more. But on the other hand, since all schools in the country are under the regulation of the government as provided for in the Philippine Constitution, then the government has a great stake in curriculum implementation. So, sa pagpatuman sa curriculum, there are those authorized persons or specialists nga nag-contribute sa paghimo sa curriculum. Kinsa man to sila? So, those are under the professional organizations. So, kinsa man ang naa sa professional organizations? The first one is the Department of Education or DepEd for basic education curriculum or curricula nga under ang primary o secondary years nga mao ang elementary o high school. So, ang second professional organization is ang Commission of Higher Education or CHED for the tertiary and graduate education. So, mao ni ang college. So, the third professional organization is the Professional Regulations Commission or the PRC, wherein nga dito mahitabo ang mga licensure examinations. So, those mentioned professional organizations have a great influence in the school curriculum. So, ang school curriculum cannot be possibly made without those professional organizations. Kay sila ang mas nakabalo kung unsa ang ay pa nga i-enhance para sa improvement sa mahimo nga curriculum.